All right, welcome everybody. This is the study session for the Earth layers. So there we go, Earth layers. And this is pretty quick. There's not a lot of information here. Only have a few slides to get through. So let's get started. The Earth is divided up into four main layers. So we've got, this picture kind of says it all right here. The outermost layer is the lithosphere, and another word for the lithosphere we say is just crust. So crust and lithosphere, we use it as kind of the same term, and that is a very thin layer. That's where we are. So there's my little stick figure. That's us right there, and that is, like I said, the thinnest layer. It's made of rock. We either have oceanic, which is right here, or we have continental crust or lithosphere, which is right there. Moving downward, we get warmer and warmer as we head down towards the core. So the mantle is the next layer, and the mantle, I like to think of it as kind of like a hot blacktop. And there are convection currents, just like hot blacktop. The mantle can move, so it actually heats up and cools down, and it creates these convection currents that actually move the lithosphere plates above it. So mantle is where those convection currents happen. The outer core, the big thing here is that it is liquid metal, and then the inner core is solid metal. We'll talk about that a little bit more in just a minute. All right. So so these convection currents, we talked about this in the mantle. Remember, the mantle can move just like a hot blacktop on a hot day, and it rises when it becomes less dense. It heats up, it rises, and then it gets towards the crust, which is cooler, and it cools down and it sinks. And if this is happening going two different directions, this will actually cause the crust above it, the lithosphere above it, to move apart. And that's called seafloor spreading. We'll talk about that in our next little mini unit. All right, the outer core we said is liquid, and it's mostly iron and nickel. The outer core is outside of the inner core. That seems to make sense with most people. It's very, very hot. If you want to think about like molten metal, that's what it is, and it can move around the outside of the inner core. The inner core is solid, and the reason why it's solid, it actually is hotter than the liquid. So you would think that it would be a gas or something. If you add more heat to a liquid, you usually get a gas. However, there is extreme pressure. So there's pressure that's pushing down from all angles, and it's actually holding those molecules together. So the iron and nickel normally would be in a liquid or gas form, but because of the pressure, it can't go anywhere, it can't move, and so it is actually a solid. And then in review, we've got the lithosphere is a rigid outer layer or the crust. The mantle moves slowly by convection currents. We said it's like hot blacktop. The outer core is a liquid layer, and the inner core is solid because it's very dense, and I'll put high pressure here. All right, that is all. If you have any questions, make sure you email your teacher, and good luck on the test, good luck on the retake. Bye.